Nobody would have to know. Just like they don't know I got friends at the Bar Association.
Here's a proposal. You with my life, and I'll yours up.
So this was an exclusive that was released for Go Season 4 Episode 2. We've got Davis in conversation with Detective Don Carter in what looks like Davis's new, not so fancy office. Carter's here to see if he can get any information on Davis's former clients, because at this moment in time, Davis isn't a lawyer, and we are going to get to that in a bit more detail, along with the rest of this conversation. So in this breakdown, we're going to be running through Davis and Carter's conversation, but also what it could mean in the grand scheme of things of Davis entering the criminal world and Carter pursuing Tariq St. Patrick in Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4. Now, just before we get to this particular scene, it does sound as if Davis had a hearing in regards to his law license and the issue around him representing clients which had multiple conflicts of interests. We all know Davis took money from Monet to Harder and was also representing Tariq at the same time.
You let Tariq hear the wire. You let Kane hear it too. You took money from Kane to Harder.
Now there's not only this, but there are countless of other unethical things Davis has done, such as letting Tariq hear the conversation that Lauren managed to catch on a wire. So the bar committee can probably take their pick in regards to what they want to suspend Davis for. Now who's caused Davis's troubles is Cooper Sachs. It was teased in 401 that Sachs was the one who dogged him in, which isn't surprising. He was never really fond of Davis representing and helping criminals, so it only made sense that this was his parting gift for Davis McLean. Now, also judging by Davis's reaction, we can tell the hearing didn't go too well. However, we all know this is Davis's life. Dio spent a hell of a long time behind bars just so Davis could pursue his law career, so he's not going to give it up without a fight. Perla Tanaka will be the one defending Davis, but as always with Davis, she's going to end up in a romantic relationship with him as well. But just hold on to that thought around Davis's law license. I am going to come back around to it in just a moment.
Davis, I could use your help in getting some really dangerous people off the street.
People like my clients.
Nobody would have to know.
So Carter's here because he wants Davis's help to get some really dangerous people off the street. And the dangerous people that he's referring to is of course Tariq St. Patrick. He may even have his eyes on Braden Weston and the Tejadas, we're not too sure what he has at this moment in time, apart from Paz going to him about Junior and Tariq. But he's here for Davis's help, because he knows Davis has represented not just Tariq, but also Tasha. Now he tells Davis that nobody has to know that he's helping him, but also how they don't need to know about how he has connections at the Bar Association. And that definitely was a threat from Detective Carter. He's got friends in various places that can cause some damage to the crew on Power Book 2 Ghost, and I'm sure he's also got friends elsewhere. And that's what makes Carter really dangerous, but also dirty. He isn't afraid to use any means by necessary to get what he wants, whether it's with a bullet or with the help of people in suits in high places. So Carter will definitely be a big problem. Now Davis won't take too kindly to this threat, and I don't expect him to. He may be wearing a suit and a tie, but before his clean-cut suit and tie days, he used to run the streets with Theo. And if anybody disrespects you in the streets, you have to stand your ground and give as good as you get. The same also works in the corporate world with men in uniforms or a badge. You're gonna get people who come to your office and threaten you, but you're gonna have to stand your ground just like you'd have to do in the streets. So Davis's response is a counter-proposal. He says if he fucks with his life, then Davis will fuck his up. And Davis isn't playing around, he means business, he always does. You also can't see Davis helping the cops, because that's just not who he is. He's not a snitch, because he knows the street code. But in regards to Davis and his law license, it's looking real bleak for him at this moment in time. And I don't know whether he can actually salvage it. We're just gonna have to kinda wait and see. But one thing we can definitely be certain of is that this will push Davis into the criminal world a lot more than he already is. Without his law license, and with Carter breathing down his and Tariq's neck, he's only going to go back to doing what he did before his law career. And it's going to be really interesting to see him and Tariq in the streets, with Davis like a mentor, consigliere, or someone who Tariq can kind of just learn from. He doesn't have too many allies at this moment in time, or people he can trust, but Davis is definitely one for the time being. That of course can definitely change later on, because it has been teased that he will do what's best for himself. Because he is a survivor, that's what he does, survive. But at this moment in time, Davis is definitely holding it down, and I'm kind of hoping he does stick by Tariq until the end. But let's see, it's going to be really interesting to see the journey of Davis McLean, and it's really going to be interesting to see how his story unfolds and also ends. But that's a breakdown of this little exclusive between Davis and Carter, one which will no doubt push Davis McLean deeper into the criminal world. Although Carter doesn't look like he's messing around either. and it also seems like he's not afraid to mess around with Davis's career to get what he wants. But it also goes two ways. Davis isn't someone who also should be messed with. So drop all your thoughts and predictions down below in the comment section, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.